What's up everybody, welcome back to Double T Gaming. I know this is a little bit different of a video than what I normally do, so I'm mainly just going to test this type of video out and see if it should go on this channel or another channel I've been thinking about making. But anyway, with Pokemon Go basically taking over the world the last month, it's really got me back into Pokemon, both the show and the 3DS games. And listen, guys, I've played basically every I have played every generation of Pokemon games there's been. I've watched the majority of every episode of Pokemon, and I'm saying it right now, there has never been a region as good at what's going on right now in the Kalos region and a Pokemon XYZ show. And I'm completely up to date with everything going on in the region. So if you've been paying attention too, you'll know that Ash is currently in the finals of the Kalos League, something that has never been done in the almost 20-year history of Pokemon. Ash has never won a league title. And I'm not going to count Orange Islands because that was basically an entire filler season of Pokemon. But anyway, so even if you were once a Pokemon fan, but you were not anymore, you still have to understand how big a deal this is. And in my opinion, Ash has a really good chance to win the league. I'll get into the actual matchup of Pokemon in the battle later, but there's a couple little theories as to why Ash is going to win the league. So first of all, in the upcoming games, Pokemon Sun and Moon, there isn't going to be any official gyms. Instead, they're replacing gyms with these little like island challenge things. I'm not really sure how I feel about it, but anyway. But with no gyms, that means there's not going to be any league for Ash to compete in, so the Kalos League is basically his last chance to win a league title. And if you look back on the history of Pokemon the TV show, and you look at the battles between Ash and his rival, with Gary and Paul being the two main ones, you'll see that Ash has never really beaten them outside of a Pokemon League. Ash managed to beat Gary in the Johto League, and Ash beat Paul in the Sinnoh League. And in this season right here, the XYZ anime, Ash has yet to beat his rival Alain, who's the same guy he's going to be facing in the finals of the Kalos League. So I just can't see Ash never beating this guy, unless they plan to have another battle down the line during the Team Flare arc of the show. So now let's talk about the actual Pokemon involved in the big final battle. In the preview for the newest episode coming out on Thursday, we got to see the rest of Alain's team, because before we only knew he had Charizard and Metagross, but now we know that he has Charizard, Metagross, Tyranitar, Bisharp, Weavile, and Pheasant. And that big three of Charizard, Metagross, and Tyranitar is ridiculously strong, because his Charizard's already ridiculous with Mega Charizard X, and Metagross and Tyranitar are both pseudo-legendaries. But anyway, on Ash's side, he's just going to be using just his Kalos Pokemon instead of bringing in other regions, but he's going to be using Talonflame, Hawlucha, Noivern, Goodra, Greninja, and his Pikachu. But one big flaw in Alain's team is that three of his Pokemon, Tyranitar, Bisharp, and Weavile, all have a weakness to fighting types, so hopefully Hawlucha can get some redemption after getting smacked in the last round. But another thing about Alain is that we know that he wants to be the greatest Mega Evolution trainer there is, so we know his Mega Charizard is going to be strong. But what we don't know is how strong are his other Pokemon. Like, has he just been focusing on training Charizard, not training his other Pokemon as hard? His interaction with the rest of his Pokemon is going to be really interesting to see in the upcoming battle. Now, when we look at Alain's Metagross, I'm about 99% sure that Ash's Noivern is going to take him out, or at least draw with him, because these two battled earlier on, just a few episodes after Noivern had evolved, and Noivern had lost. So this battle right here is going to act as a revenge battle for Noivern, who is a really strong Pokemon. And if you look at Ash's team, this is basically the only time he's had a fully evolved team, not counting Pikachu. So this is probably Ash's greatest team he's ever had. Now, when we look at the two bird Pokemon in this battle, Pheasant and Talonflame, we already know those two are going to be going up against each other. And honestly, I'm not going to predict who's going to win this one 1v1, because there's like 69 different scenarios as to what could go down. But we also see Hawlucha going up against Weavile, and I think he should be able to get the win right there, because he has a huge advantage over Weavile, at 4 times advantage. And also, once again, he's trying to get some redemption for what happened before. Okay, now let's talk about Pikachu, the one Pokemon that everyone in the world knows the name of. And throughout Pikachu's history, he's had a lot of ups and downs. And I think it's pretty obvious now that every time Ash starts a new region, Pikachu's level gets reset back to 5. Because he went from beating a Dragonite in one season to losing to a Snivy in another. So, we get it. Pikachu's level, it resets. But looking at the last battle Pikachu had, beating a G-Slash and Clauncher, and looking at the preview where Pikachu is basically battling every Pokemon Alain has, like we see him opening up against Tyranitar, we see him battling Metagross, we see him hitting Alain's Charizard. I really think Pikachu's getting back to Battle Frontier and Sinnoh League form, where he managed to KO 2 legendary Pokemon. And I'm really glad Pikachu's getting some prime battling in, because lately the past like 40 episodes have all been about Ash and Ash Greninja form and all that stuff, and I feel like Pikachu has really been taking a back seat to that. So it's really good to see him going ham in what could be Ash's greatest battle, because after all, Ash started his journey with Pikachu, and by the looks of it, he plans on finishing it with Pikachu too. But this is just going to be a preview for the first half of the battle, because in the preview for the new episode coming out, we didn't actually see Goodra or Greninja, but I think it's pretty safe to say in the second half of the battle, it's going to come down to Ash Greninja versus Mega Charizard X, and Greninja is going to throw this giant orange flaming water shuriken like Spirit Bomb thing at Charizard, and it's going to knock Charizard out, and Ash is going to win the Kalos League. But that's personally how I think about it. Once again, guys, I know this is a different type of video than what I normally make, but with everything going on right now with Pokemon, I just couldn't help making it. And if you guys don't really want to see this type of video, let me know in the comments and I won't do any more like this. But I was thinking of making a separate channel just for Pokemon content because there's just so much that can be covered about it, and I really enjoyed making this video. It's the first time in a long time. I really enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, I love making 2K videos. It's a lot of fun to just wreck kids on 2K, but this I actually get to like express my knowledge about Pokemon. It's really fun because I'm that guy when my friends talk about Pokemon, I have to seriously hold back like my disturbing knowledge of it because it make me seem weird. But now I just really don't care because everyone's playing Pokemon Go, so I'm just gonna let it go. Yeah, that was a joke. Alright, I'm gonna cut that part out. That was really bad. But anyway, thank you guys for watching Double T Gaming. If you watch the anime, let me know what you guys think is going to happen in the battle. Do you think Ash is going to win? If you don't think Ash is going to win, tell me why. If you don't think so, then just go ahead and leave the channel right now. I don't like you. Just kidding. Stay, please. I love you all. If you're new to the channel and like the type of content, let me know. Just put in the comments. But thank you guys for watching Double T Gaming. See you guys in the next video.